Hey everyone, Dr. Scott here. I want to give you guys some quick reminders about week 5 in research methods and composition and rhetoric, and I'll talk about what's going on in week 6, and then we will also cover what's due in week 7. So just kind of like a check-in about the class. It'll be a real short video. In week 5, we're learning all about institutional review boards. You're reading pages 67 to 76 in Blakesley and Fleischer. They're talking about institutional review boards, their experience with IRBs and how IRBs function. I also put together a video that's in the week 5 folder about my work when I was an institutional review board member, and I share some tips and suggestions in doing that and putting together IRB proposals. You're going to complete your human subjects research training, so either that Department of Health and Human Services, that online training, or if you decide to spend the money and do that kind of quicker route, the human subjects research training that you can get, purchase online. Whichever one you choose, send me your certificates, and you've done IRB training. They're good for 3 years at SSU, so that's out of the way if you decide to do a research project for your capstone. And then I put together a dummy IRB proposal, and I had a little bit of fun with it. And I want to hear your thoughts on it. Like, where are the dubious ethical choices that were made in that proposal? What do you think Blakesley and Fleischer would have to say about that IRB proposal? That's going to be due on Tuesday. So that's week 5. Week 6, scaling the homework down quite a bit because you need to get ready for your midterm project. You need to start putting that together. So in week 6, you're reading a published study in the discipline. It's a qualitative study, and I'd like to hear your thoughts about it. Based on what you've read so far in Blakesley and Fleischer, how does that connect to what you're seeing in that article that you're going to read? Now, there's going to be 2 options for you to kind of share your thoughts about that. You can share your thoughts on perusal, and that'll be due on Tuesday the 14th, or you can join me for an online conversation at 5:30 on Tuesday the 14th. Share your thoughts, engage in a good conversation, talk about specifics of the article and how it relates to specifics in Blakesley and Fleischer, and then you're good to go. You don't have to do the perusal. If you'd like to, anyhow, be happy to hear your thoughts, but engage with the reading in one of those 2 ways, perusal or an online conversation. There'll be a link in the week 6 folder for the Teams meeting for that get-together. Week 7, you've got your midterm project, and I think I have a midterm course evaluation. I'd like to get your feedback on the class and kind of check in and see how it's going. And then your midterm project is due later that week. I think I also have a draft prompt for the final project that I'd like you to comment on. That's also going to be a mini assignment in week 7. But your midterm project is due before we go to spring break. That midterm project, it's your research journal, so 15 entries, and one is an annotated bibliography entry, and you've got other things that are going on in your research journal. We've tried out different ways of taking notes and, try out and see what works for you. But that research journal is going to come in. And with that, I'm just looking, did you engage with the research, and did you go out and find good sources that are in the discipline and related to your topic? The other part that I'm looking at for the midterm project is the narrative, roughly 5 pages where you're connecting your project and your thoughts about your project and how it's developed to Blakesley and Fleischer, how the research that you consulted for your research journal, how it moved your thinking about the project. I also like to get you thinking about some logistics, like where might this study be conducted? What are the logistic issues that are involved? What are the permissions that you will need in order to carry out that study? Not just IRB, but like who are the folks at that place that you would need to get approval for to do your research, or who should you at least check in with? So you're thinking about logistics of your project. The narrative is really kind of a chance to check in with me and share your thoughts and let me know where you are in the process and thinking about that potential research study. You're also, in that narrative, you're going to talk about potential ethical issues and think about where might some bias exist, where might your stance be particularly important for that research. So that narrative is due before we go to spring break. So that's a quick rundown of what's going on in the class. This is the video for week 6. So again, we're reading that article, and we're either going to comment on it in perusal, or we're going to get together 5:30 on Tuesday the 14th and chat about it. And I'm looking forward to that. I think that those are always fun, and I haven't seen you all for a few weeks, and hope you're doing well. Hope you're surviving the weather, and see you all soon.